Okay, this is part two. Um, we put the heat pack on it, and it seemed to help. It kind of brought the swelling down a little bit, and then they it kind of drew out some of the fluid that was in there, but it wasn't enough for her, and she was really concerned. So she went ahead and scheduled for me to go in, and so she went in and opened up the wound, cleaned out the infection as much as she could, and they actually left it open. Um, the next morning, they had their wound nurse come in, and I am now wearing a wound vacuum that sucks. It has a special sponge in thing, and that you stuff in the wound, and it heals it from the inside out, so that there's no way for the infection to pocket in there. And the vacuum sucks out any of the fluid that comes out. And so I have to wear this for about 3 weeks, and the nurse comes to the house here and changes it every other day, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I have this wound vac in, and all I could say to that, it's been one drama after another. The hospital stay was horrible. They blew 3 different IVs because they refused to come when I hit the call button. One time it had been buzzing for 45 minutes, and when it started dripping out my arm, when everything started dripping out my arm, I got out of bed, walking the IV out in the hall, and said, somebody needs to come help me. I've been calling for 45 minutes. And a nurse finally came and helped me, and my nurse was never even called. The front desk never even called my nurse and let her know that I was having an issue. She was very upset. This is one of the minor things that happened the entire time we were there. It was just we had a bad experience at this hospital, and it's not one that I would recommend again, nor will we be going back after this is all said and done. Anyway, so I'm in the hospital. So I'm in the hospital for another 4 days, and they send me home with this vacuum, and I got to come home on Saturday, and then Sunday afternoon we had a problem with the vacuum. I thought I heard a little hissing sound. It was leaking, and then it went away, so I didn't think nothing of it. Well, she came Monday and changed it and told me that there were some supplies that were coming that she had ordered, and they'll be here in case we need them, and that she was going to show me Wednesday how to change it myself in case something were to happen and the vacuum would malfunction. Because if the vacuum malfunctions, it needs to be taken off immediately, so that it's not pumping that fluid onto my skin, because it will cause the skin to irritate, and it can deteriorate your skin and cause blisters and all sorts of fun stuff. Well, sorry to say that did happen last night, and we were up, and I called the nurse's office because I hadn't been taught yet how to change anything, and so it was pretty scary. And I'm calling her, and she's like, well, you're going to have to take everything out of it and then pack it with gauze, and I'm like, this is a huge open wound, and I'm supposed to do this myself. So I was kind of freaking out, and Tim was taking care of the baby. He couldn't really help me much. So I'm sitting here with this mirror propped up in front of me, I pull all the stuff out of it, and I'm trying not to gag because it's probably about 5 inches wide now, and probably a good 2 inches deep. And I could never be a nurse, I'll tell you that. All of you guys that are nurses out there, I'm telling you, kudos to you, because I couldn't do it on a regular basis. So we got it taken care of and got it all covered, and said the nurse would be here first thing this morning to take care of it. And so she showed me, that I did everything just fine, everything was okay, and that from there, if it happens again, this is what we need to do. But last night when it spilled open, I hadn't realized it, so I'd gone in to go to the bathroom and couldn't figure out why the crease of my leg was so wet. And I looked at it, and it's kind of hard to see because I'm still swollen from the infection, and I kind of pulled aside the skin, and it was all red and blistery, and it looks like a severe, almost like a severe diaper rash. Those of you who have had gastric bypass, I'm sure you've also had the, where your legs rub together and you get that red, irritated rash. It's like that, only worse. And so it's just horrible. And so she said I could put baby powder on it, and that would help dry it out and help heal it a little bit to keep it dry. So that's what I have to do. So it just seems like one thing after another has been going on. And I have to say that God has blessed me with an amazing baby. And even right now, she's wide awake, looking right at Mama, not even saying a word. See if we can get a shot of her eyes open. See, can we see this to the world how cute you are? Can we show the world how cute you are? Yes, there you are. There you are, Miss Emmaline. Yeah, say hi to everybody. Hi, YouTube. Oh, yes. Not much time to feed you. So, but yeah, so that's kind of what has been happening so far, and it's still obviously not over because I have to wear this vacuum for another 2.5 weeks minimum, unless it heals faster, which I'm praying, Lord, please, it does. Because it's very hard to get around with this big vacuum pack on, and this tubing coming out of me, and worrying about whether I'm leaking every day, and it's been just crazy. But Emmaline is perfect. She fusses only when she's hungry, or if she needs a little attention, or she needs a change. She's just not a fussy baby at all. She loves to be held. She's a big snuggler, is what she is. So we are just totally in love with her. She's amazing. But she's tiny. I don't know, I can't remember if I said the stats at the beginning or not, but she was born July 21st at 7:56 a.m. She was 7'2" the day she was born, 7 pounds 2 ounces, and 19.5 inches long. The day they discharged us on Saturday the 25th, she had gone down to 6'2". And I said that was normal, that they always lose a little bit of their weight, because my milk hadn't come in yet, and trying to breastfeed and all. When we took her to the pediatrician on Tuesday, before I went to my doctor's appointment, she'd already gained an ounce, so she's up to 6'3", and the doctor said she's probably going to gain an ounce a day for the next few weeks, which is good, because she needs to gain a little bit. She's so tiny. None of my clothes fit her. I had just a handful of preemie things that my sister had sent by mistake, and they're the only things that fit her. A few of the newborns are a little bit big. A 0 to 3 months, she swims in those. So I had to pick up a couple little things, like I could deal with the onesies being a little big, so I picked up a couple pairs of pants at Walmart, the little newborn ones or the little preemie ones, and those are going to work fine with the onesies for a few weeks until she gains a little more weight. We went in yesterday, and just for her weigh-in to the pediatrician, and she is already up to 6, 8.5. So she did good this week. She gained 5.5 ounces. I had to stop breastfeeding for a few days while I was in the hospital the second time. So I have had to supplement with some formula during that time. Still pumping because I want us to continue to breastfeed. But we're having a hard time going back exclusively to the breast right now. So I'm still supplementing every couple feedings with the bottle. So we're working on it. And with me being in so much pain still, it's so hard to do everything and deal with everything, the pain from nursing and the pain from the C-section, and I have, for some reason, this horrendous headache that I can't get rid of, that I have had for 4 days. Anyway, I'm going to put up a quick video of some pictures after this one. I don't want a part 3. It's been gone too long, but I just want to let everybody know what was going on, and I hope everybody's doing great. And I'll put up some pictures and some stuff that we have of her from the last couple of weeks. We'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.